Yo, what is up, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy, Saucy, also known as James or X Sauce or whatever you want to call me. I am totally just can't fall asleep, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a stream. I'm trying to drink to go to sleep, but it doesn't seem to work out. I'm busting a shoe nice, I guess, if you want to say. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we get into it, I have like this little blog or thread I want to get to. So maybe I should show my face. So anyways, I should want to. Bleh, oh my god, I'm not wasting right now. I've been kind of bored on the ThinkPads website. If you guys, I shouldn't say ThinkPads, on the Dankpads website. If you guys don't know, dankpads.com is, let's go ahead and get right into it. Basically, I do price, kind of like price listings, or I guess price guides on laptops. As we see right here, let me see if I can get this correctly. There we go. As I like to do prices on laptops. A while back, I try to do these at least every 4 months, but I don't really count the months. But here we go. Let's just say, basically what I used to do is that I used to, do the pricing of a laptop. This in case E6420, if you guys don't know what that is the Dell Latitude E6420, a 14-inch laptop with a Sandy Bridge i3 maybe, but normally i5 or i7 processor. It was like the standard laptop. It went against the ThinkPad T420 and also went against the HP EliteBook 8460p. And it, I guess, went against a late 2011 MacBook. I'm not familiar with my MacBooks. I can't just like go off like what generation, or I should say what processor they had and what generation they went with. But I have like the price kind of recommendation. We have the lowest price right here I have is 120, and then like the medium price, which is also like the high price to me, is 260. I recommend buying one of these laptops around this price. If you're just saying I want an E64, if I want a basic laptop and it being an E6420, there you go. Go ahead and get that. But if you want to get like one with a quad-core i7 or like 16 gigs RAM, maybe an SSD, maybe you want NVIDIA graphics, maybe you want it with the dock, with the extended battery and all the good stuff. And if you want it with like a warranty, like a Microsoft authorized refurbisher, even though I don't think you should do that, but I still look it up. So to me, like that is like a super high price. And of course, you could go higher than that if you really want to, but I basically compare and contrast specs and warranty, and yeah, you could get a perfect, immaculate condition laptop under this price. You could probably get it for $200. You might be able to get it for $120. That is a stroke of luck, but there are buy it nows, which are fucking deals. So anyways, I kind of did this sort of thing. I can't, let me see. Here we have my hands. Okay, now I can talk with my hands. I can't do it, okay? It's so hard to do with this little window. I can only do like this little crap. But I have, a few laptops right here, so I like to do, price comparison, all that good stuff. But, like, it just takes so much work. And although I get, like, a lot of views, I don't get any, like, comments or any feedback from it. So this comes off as like nobody really cares for it. I know some people might like it, but so far I'm not getting anyone saying anything. So it's like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Granted, if I would probably put this data somewhere if I ever don't feel like refilling the domain for another $20. But I made a new post. Where is it at? Let's try to go back. I made a new post with the T450 price breakdown, and basically, oh my gosh, maybe I should try to move this. Let's see if we can move like that. Ah, fuck it. You guys don't get to see the end part of it. Basically, it's the same thing, except I didn't do the colors on here. The same thing, lowest, medium, or I should say high, and then absolute highest. But then I kind of break it down a little bit more. I kind of talked about this on my other video, my other stream, but I'm probably going to take that video down for sad reasons. But we have basically, I have like the risky, which is like the 4 parts. These two that says HDD and SSD. These are like the used ThinkPads you could get. Use one with a hard drive, use one with a solid state drive, or at least that they advertise that it comes with a solid state or a hard drive. And then we have the manufacturer refurbished, which should be a brand new in box, but it's a refurb. After that, we have the new, or I should say new other. Some people try to bullshit about this. I try to like walk past it. Like, I barely use this laptop, and I resetted it, so it's brand new still. No. It's still used. You know, stuff like that. But there are some people here who are not bullshitting. They like buy it. They buy in bulk, and then they don't sell it. They I don't know what the fuck they do with. But it's opened up, so they sell it. So this is what it would be if it was touched, in a sense. And then we have the new. Like if somebody wants to get it new, and I put the numbers like how many there were in there, so like 17, 52, 82. These numbers they won't all add up with each other. Like 207, obviously if you try to add these up, then it's gonna be like, well, wait, there's more numbers in this one, and you know what, I'm not gonna try to be that. I used to be super anal about being accurate, and then I just stopped caring. And that's why there isn't a Haswell one, because I don't really seem to be getting much from it. So I'm currently in the works on how to make use of this stuff, because so far I don't know if anyone even actually wants it or whatnot, because I get complaints that it's 3 months old and it's outdated, and I just want to copy and paste it, and just say, oh, it's updated, and even though it's not. But I also have a few of the buy it now and the auction. So like some people like to do the buy it now options, and just check it out with buy now. You have the ones with the auctions. Of course, auctions could be lower, but sometimes you might be able to get even, who knows, you might be able to snag a good deal buy it now that's lower than an auction. If you're bidding past the buy it now price, maybe you should think about some certain things. Okay. What else we have? Oh yeah, and I also kind of did a little price comparison of like the i5 and the i7. I might go a little bit more further in detail on that. I might do like quad core i7, stuff like that. Certain, it depends, certain machines. And of course, the last one, I'm still working on this. I don't know if it's just going to be just those 4, but it might be more. But I want to do like the motherboard price. If you're buying one of these, and if you're thinking about replacing a motherboard on it, and you're afraid, you don't want to make a big purchase and find out that motherboards are expensive. You come to my website, and then you find out, oh, you know what, this isn't too expensive. Or maybe if you're buying one for parts, you take a glance, and you can see, a motherboard, how cheap it is. Granted, you could just go on eBay and just look at it and see that. But what I like to do is I kind of show like what people actually paid for, I guess later on down the road, kind of want to be like the part price or lookup, of laptops on eBay, and maybe laptops in general. I want to help people, like look up. Well, maybe you guys don't know, really gay, but I want to help out people price out computers, because you know, I paid I paid a lot of money for my X61 tablet, and some people don't know that you know you could get ripped off. I had a guy who bought an X61S. He paid like $250 for it, and it was literally like an $80 laptop. Anywhere else, to pay $250, and you know, maybe this site will help people. Maybe it won't. Maybe people are just, you know, they don't think about it. But you know, I just want this out there. I want this to help techs. I want this to help consumers. What's the word? In the end, I want to get a monopoly. And wait, we gotta have this fist. We gotta have this fist. I want to own this by iron fist. All right. So I want to have all these laptops, and I'm gonna say what the prices they're worth, and I'm gonna say you could buy this laptop and it'll be amazing, and then it will scare the fuck out of other competitors, and then it'll fucking hate me. But this is just me, because I get people who lowball the freak out of me, and it's pretty annoying. I do want to do one for processors, so that way if you ever have a processor, or I don't know if I'm gonna do one for like desktop motherboards, because that's really tough to do. There's so many different fucking kind of motherboards out there. But I might do one for processors, because like say if you want to buy a processor, you want to buy a good price, you know, you can compare the used prices of processors versus the new. Used price processors go way different. The processor is going to be interesting, because I kind of want to. I don't know how I'm going to be able to integrate passmark prices or passmark scores and like other benchmark scoring and then pricing. It's going to be really fucking hard. But yeah, I basically, you know, kind of want to show, like, you know, are you going to really spend like $40 difference on something that has, like, you know, a little bit more gigahertz, or, you know, cache. But yeah, so motherboard, you know, 140, 200, 300, or you can get one for 350, new in box. But why even bother? Why bother getting a, you know, a 300? Oh, I'm gonna buy a broken ThinkPad. It needs a new motherboard. Oh, I'm gonna spend $350 for a quality motherboard when I could have bought it for $256. Like, do you not get it? Ugh. And also, say if you buy a ThinkPad but it has a shit keyboard, or if you're in a different language, you know, you want to replace it. Obviously, these two are American, because American always cheaper. But I put the highest price I try to find is for one that is part of our European brothers and Asian and South African markets. And then, of course, we have the LCD and the touchscreen. Man, I'm going really far into this. How long is this video right now? I think it's way too long. But yeah, getting on to that, I want to do a laptop shootout. So go ahead and vote. IPS battle, A30, T43P, T60N1 if there's Frankenpads, X61, of course the IPS ones only. We have the 13-inch MacBook battle, late 09 unibody. That is like the I should have had photos of this crap, but that is the you know, the white one. That's the one I like a lot. The white you know, plastic one. Mid 2010 MacBook Pro, mid 2012 MacBook Pro, Core 2 Duo, second gen i5, and 2015 MacBook, which is the fucking it's the laughing one. We have Ivy Bridge bricks, you know, W530, 8770W, M6700, mid 2012 MacBook Pro, 15-inch. Yeah, big guys. Haswell Business Standard, E6440. I'm interested in that laptop quite a bit. I do want to get one of them. T440p. I'm not sure what HP has against these two guys, but I think it's the 840G one. And of course the late 2013 MacBook Pro, 13-inch, because that one has a Haswell processor. It came out way later too. And then we have the 3rd gen Core 2 Duo Quad. I thought this was going to be fun. You know, this is for like the older done to older people. You know, you want to try something a bit older. HP LeapBook 8730W. You can get that Core 2 Duo, Core 2 Quad, M6400, and maybe compare the Corvette edition of it, which was the orange version. There's a certain Inspiron that is orange now because of that. The W700 and the W700DS model. Hey, I might as well put it, if I'm going to do the W700, I might as well do the W700DS. There isn't really going to be much of a difference. Other than, I think really the difference is just the lid and the motherboard is fucking way different. And of course, the mid-2009 MacBook Pro, 17-inch, Core 2 Duo, I think only, and an Alienware M17X. Why the fuck not? Let's put the Alienware in there. Other questions are the second gen i5 sub notebook X220, E6220, which is the Latitude, HP LeapBook 2560p, mid 2011 MacBook Air 2013 inch, I should say. That might not be a sub notebook, that would be an ultrabook, but who cares? And the Panasonic Toughbook CF-C1 Mark II. And finally, the Haswell Ultrabooks E7450, X1 Carbon 3, Pixel 2, my pick, the Asus ZenBook UX302LA, Sony Vaio Pro 13. I heard this was a good business laptop. And then the Toshiba Curabook 13.3 inch. I don't know if that's actually the real Ultrabook, but if we go ahead and look at the let's go see if we got any more responses since this video's been up. Oh shit. Individual, let's see. What the hell? Wait, what's the summary? So we have 100% on the Ivy Bridge bricks. God. So you guys, there's 2 people who voted. I'm not gonna do this until next week. I will get, the last day will be Sunday. The fuck, what would it be? 16th, 15th? I don't know. The 15th. Fuck it. Whatever. The 16th. The last day will be the 16th, and then I will tally it up. I would do research. It took me about 40 minutes to research the first one, but I think I'll be able to do it in 30 minutes. So, you know, I'll knock it out. I'll do some Monday, knock it out probably by Wednesday, and we'll have a review. Other than that, I will put all the prices on dankpads.com, and, you know, basically, what's the fucking word? Basically, you know, show you all the information. I do want to kind of do. I kind of want to do a pay to see kind of thing on my laptop resource thing, but I don't know if I'm not going to get any donations or shit. I'm asking for money, okay? God. I mean, I can only do, after you spend so much time on this and like money that doesn't really matter, but you know, like, why are you spending it on that when you can have like a beer? You know, it kind of makes you think. So yeah. If I don't get anything next year, then obviously I'm probably gonna drop this shit. Let's see, we got some, not really anything replies there, but all right, let's get into it. What do I think of the ThinkPad Z Series? For those who don't know, the ThinkPad Z Series was introduced by Lenovo after Lenovo introduced the ThinkPad X41 tablet. This was around 2005. I want to say sometime in August, I believe. The Z Series first started off as the Z60M. Next came the Z60T. Now, the best way to know the difference between the M and the T is that think of the M is the 15-inch, 15.4 inch widescreen, and the T is the 14.1 inch widescreen. So essentially, they are a T40. The Z60s are a T43 I was gonna say P, but a T43 widescreen laptop. These have a similar architecture. They have like about the same kind of graphics, except the Z60M and Z60T, they have a SATA hard drive instead of a PATA hard drive. Some people did mod the T43 to have a SATA hard drive, but that requires fucking, I don't know what the fuck. I've never really, I kind of saw what they did. There's people offering that service, but I've never tried it. But the Z60P is like a PATA version, a SATA version of the T60. I think it even right there is, if we zoom in on this photo, it has a Wi-Fi card very similar to the T43P. After this, I think the cards basically became half the size of that. So this was like the last one. We have here is my Z60M that I had for a little bit. I bought this mainly to sell it. Nothing too crazy. Back when I took photos at my parents' house on the wooden table. Oh man, I shake my head at that. We have the Rebel Rail Caddy. We have a 160 gigabyte hard drive, 7200 RPM. This was standard for those machines at the time. Oh shit, I'm not even showing the video of it. God, I'm so stupid. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, I'm a noob right now. Okay, so I might be a little bit intoxicated, but bam, there we go. 2 gigahertz Pentium M processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 2015 BIOS. Now, the biggest thing to notice, oh my god, it's a blurry photo. The biggest thing to notice about a Z series is that it had a curved edge. They were a lot different from the T43P and the T60. I honestly think they were kind of like the precursor to the Edge and L series. Lenovo marketed these to be multimedia ThinkPads. Now, there's always been a multimedia ThinkPad for a while. After the IBM ThinkPad 380 back in the Pentium 3, when they had the I can't think of it, when they had like the kind of like the slot-ish kind of processors, not the ones where it was like a socket. They started bringing out, IBM had introduced the E-Series ThinkPads, which was mainly for multimedia. They were kind of sweet because you're able to play music off the CD player that it had, and you didn't have to turn on the computer, which I thought was a pretty cool, sort of thing. But the E-Series was like a budget model. They were made by Acer, and basically they're like multimedia. They had speakers. They weren't like standard ThinkPads. Some of them had speakers on the window, or not the window, on the lid, or I should say on the screen bezel. Other ones they had it up on top rather than inside of the front, I should say, like the 770. The 770 was a multimedia ThinkPad, but it was it's supposed to be like a powerhouse kind of thing. And eventually the 770 transformed into the A20, A20M, and I guess there was an A20P later on, but the A series was kind of like the multimedia. I think what the fuck? They eventually got rid of the I series, and then they kind of brought the R series to be like a budget version of the T series, and the A series became like the multimedia machine, the A22, A20, A21, A22. Was there A23? No. And then the A30.
Sorry, I can't do that in YT music.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? My Siri is going weird right now. Siri. What the fuck? That's so weird. I turned it off and I turned it back on. It's the botnet, guys. It's the botnet. But yeah, basically, you know, maybe I should show an I-Series. Nah, fuck it. We're not gonna show it. You guys can see it later. But yeah, it had a very different departure. I thought this was neat because they still had the mouse pad on it. This is 2005. They still had the mouse pad. 1998, Apple released their iMac and they started doing USB only. They got rid of the floppy, and IBM was still with the mouse pad port. So just throwing it out there. But it had a little bit. We had like this weird kind of wedgy kind of shape. A lot different from the ThinkPads. The actually the Z60, I guess the Z60M was the one that first started doing the new sideways like the corner fan kind of thing. Oh wait, you guys can't see my face. They did like the corner fan thing where instead of just the fan blowing out in one way, like the E6420s, the Dell Latitudes, they had it where it pushes air out, you know, to the left and upwards. So the Z60 M was, I guess, was the first one. And also you would notice what is with this color. It's a little bit off. It looks kind of gray. The Z60s, I should say all the Z series, they had an optional titanium or magnesium lid. Now, this is what makes them kind of collectible because they were kind of like an option. And for a while, they're pretty fucking cool. I mean, I still think they're pretty cool. And I kind of missed out on buying a bunch of lids because there was some guy that was selling them for like $13 with free shipping. And in hindsight, I should have really bought it, but you know, it's something that's like, I'll buy it later. But yeah, this one was in pretty good condition. Here we see the side of it. Man, that is so. Oh my gosh, that is pretty. This is so old school. How it's just like. How it just is. It's just so. Oh my gosh. And then the freaking buttons right here. It had like a weird slant. Kind of similar to the 770 series. They had a slant like that. Just a little bit. And here we have the magnesium lid. Let's go, I guess, to full glory. Can I zoom in any bigger? But this also, you see right there, that IBM thing right there. Now that, whoa. That logo was kind of special. I think they did that. What if this was 2005? No. They just I don't know why they randomly did the silver. I think they just did that just for the Z series. It's really strange why they did that. Now I think about it, it might have had something to do with how many million ThinkPads that was sold by then. But this was by the time Lenovo had acquisition of the IBM name, and they were able to print IBM ThinkPad, even though it was you know, Lenovo machine. Here we have I installed Elementary OS version 0.2 Luna 32-bit, built on Ubuntu 12.04, long time ago. And man, was this version of Elementary OS really good. I forget what version that they fucked it all up. I think when they call it EOS, they fucked it all up and they started being like, oh, we're like the aesthetic now. It's not called EOS. You have to call it Elementary Operating System. I don't know. They kind of had some weird posts for a little bit, and then you couldn't really like minimize. Oh shit! You know what? Now I think about it, I don't think you can minimize that, but you couldn't like minimize Windows. But this machine had a pretty damn nice display. It was a 1680 by 1050. It wasn't 1920 by 1200, but it was still pretty damn nice. I was really surprised of it, and when I listed on eBay, I did a auction with a buy it now option, I did an auction with buy it now, and it sold, I believe, for $140 or $160 like the next day. Someone just bought it now. They didn't mess with auctioning it. I had I don't know if I bought this battery, or if I was using this battery. But yeah, this was. I think I paid like $40 for this machine. This is during the heyday of when you had cheap ThinkPads. And that slot looks like it would be mSATA, but it's actually not. It was that turbo boost crap. It didn't have the chipset to be mSATA. But let's go ahead and move on. So yeah, I guess they're both built in September 2005. And they're pretty much based off the T43P. Ooh, I wonder what the heck the R51E was about. Oh no, I had a Celeron, never mind. Ugh. Okay, Void. And then the T60s came out, and the X60. I guess it came out in January the next year. T60P in February. And in May, we had the upgrades for the Z Series. We had the... Oh wait, we already went through these. Oh yeah, the Z60T, it happened to have Intel graphics only, so that's kind of lame. I don't know if does the Z... Oh, I have the Z60P twice. And the Z60... Wait, let's... I gotta make sure I get my facts right, okay, guys. The Z61E is like the cheapy version of all the ThinkPads, and the I was like for schools, so it's cheap too. Oh my gosh. I guess the E was kind of like the predecessor to the E-Series, hence why it's there. But it was basically a pretty poor version of the Z61M, 15-inch WXGA. That is gross. Exit the Z60T. Where's the Z61T? Wow, the Z61T only had freaking Intel graphics? Oh my gosh, it's so disappointing. I mean, the T61, the 14-inch, you could get NVIDIA graphics. So these were a cheaper machine. I don't think they kind of had the subframe, but I might be wrong. They might not have had it. Their bottom piece was not like the R series or the T series at all. But I guess you could get these with a 1440 by 900 display resolution, so that's kind of cool. You're stuck with DDR2, of course. But this was basically, this is basically a T60 and a Z61M, a bit better. A T7200. I think you do T7600. I might be wrong. It looks like you only do 1280 by 800 or 1680 by 1050. Okay, that's kind of lame. But the Z61P though, ooh, Z61P. Now that was one to get, guys. Literally, that was one to get. Now, even though I haven't really been looking for one for a long time, finding a 1920 by 1200 pixel ThinkPad back then, or even now, it's pretty hard. So like, I rather would get a UXGA T60P, and honestly, but if there was a Z61P in a pretty good price range, maybe I would get it. It has let's go ahead and go back to the menu. It has, I guess it came with an ATI FireGL V5200. Now, I had a 14-inch T60P with that graphics card and a 2 gigahertz T2500, and seriously, that T60P kicked a lot of fucking ass. I had my X61 tablet with the SSD, 4 gigs of RAM, but there's just something about the 14-inch 4x3 T60P that is, I wouldn't say it's it's like super good. And I really should be talking about the Z61P, but I haven't had one yet, so I can't really say. But from when I had the Z60M, you know, this was a cheaper machine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but there are collectors for it. But man, it's just so disappointing what ended up happening, you know, with this whole ordeal. And they never made it's sadly they never made a Z62. They ended up making the T61 just widescreen. They got rid of the 4:3 ratio. They got rid of it on the R500 as well and R400. So I think the reason why the Z series got killed out was because maybe not so many people were interested in the Z series. You know what? Now I think about it, I think the Z61M and P. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Z60M and Z60T were one of the first ones to bring. Yeah, it looks like they had a media card, a micro SD card or SD card slot. Yeah, it's not even on the T60P. Now I think about it, I don't even know if it's on a T61. Let me see. 4-in-1 memory. Okay, so it was included on the T61. But so yeah, the Z61, the Z60M, does it really have it? 4-in-1, 3-in-1 digital media. Yeah. So it was the first one to bring the SD card slot and the memory stick card slot. Whoever uses that. And I guess that's about it. My throat, I guess I'm talking too much because my throat is getting kind of nasty right now. And I think I'm going to end it right here because really don't have much more to say other than I want to get a Z61P. I did try to mod, a T400 motherboard onto a Z61T case. Now, I was really unsuccessful. This is before I had a Dremel, but I was really afraid to do really anything. I think I would have done it with a filer. I've done crazy shit with a filer on ThinkPad frames, but it would have been a lot of work to do, and the hard drive where it was placed at on the Z61 Z series, it's different from the T series widescreen versions. So I didn't end up going with it, and also I think the fan was a different size, and that was another mess too. It was just all a mess. I did try putting a was it not T500, T400, T500, a W500 motherboard onto a T60 chassis. I think I ended up blowing the board on that motherboard, but yeah, I did give it a shot. So my eyes are getting heavy right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end it right now. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching. So